We're going to do a little review on this pole kit to hang string lights. In this case, they specify Bristol string lights. We bought this set to do something similar to what they have right here. We want to hang the lights over our area out there where the barbecue pit and fireplace and spa is. We're going to mount these lights to the concrete. So I'm very interested to see how strong they are. The box is heavy, so it feels like it's good solid gauge metal. They show you here that you can mount this in the grass, and they give you the pole with the stake on it. Or you can screw it into a wooden deck or right into some concrete. So that's what we're going to be looking at. These are powder coated black steel poles, so they should resist rust for many years. There's 4 poles, 10 feet each, and we're going to do a unboxing here and take a closer look at them. All right, so this is your stake. It's going to go into the ground. You can see it's sharp on one end, and no way to drill, put bolts in there. And by the way, it does come with lag bolts to screw into a wood deck, but you'll have to have your own hardware if you're going to put it in concrete. And of course, the ground, you just drive it into the ground. So the base is really, really heavy gauge. I mean, really strong. And here in South Florida, we need to know that it's going to be able to stand up against some really, really, really strong winds. So what you've got is, it's 10 feet, so you have these 3 poles, and they'll just connect into one another. You got the nice little clip there. There you go. They come together. Just very, very strong and sturdy. Put another one of these on here. And the tallest one, the one that's above, high one, they have added a little clip to be able to clip your lights to. And then you'll just string these across. And also it's capped on top so that water doesn't pour down and initiate rust. So there's 3 more sets of those, 4 sets altogether, really sturdy. So far I'm very pleased. So we will mount them, get some lights, and we'll see how they look. We've decided we're going to mount this in our pool area, and not exactly sure where we're going to position them. We'll decide that shortly. But I just wanted to show you, here's your little base. It's going to sit and bolt right into the pool using some concrete screws. And here is a little wing nut. Once the pole fits in, you just tighten that down to stop that pole from twisting. As you can see, that is a tall pole. That is 10 feet. Obviously, if you don't want it that high, you can remove this center section and drop that down to about 6 feet, I would imagine. It looks like they're each about 3 feet. Somewhere's around there. So we're going to work on this and see how it works. We're going to install the base now. Just kind of want to show you, you'll need a drill. Depending on what platform you're installing, will depend on whether you use the wood bolt if you're going into a wood deck, concrete screw, or you can get bigger lag bolts if you want to mount the posts. This base here goes in the concrete, or it can also go in the wood deck. And then this base is for the ground, as you can see. And they suggest that you put a rebore several feet into the ground and then drive this post over the rebore to help give it stability. Or you can actually dig a hole and fill it with concrete and then put the staff in that. And then if it's something that's just going to be temporarily installed, you can just drive the stake into the ground. It should hold for a party or two. So we're going to be putting this, you can see my other stake way over there, that one over there, and then I've got one over in the other corner. And so the lights are going to go over this area with the little fireplace and the chairs, the seating area. All right, so we've got the first one in, and of course we'll paint these black. And you could see I had to switch out from the bit and the screwdriver, because initially it didn't go in all the way. You got to get that hole big enough. But she's mounted flat with these lag bolts, and that is not going to go anywheres at all. All right, we'll finish the other hose. All right, so you've got 3 poles here, and one of them you'll see has the cap with the little hook for the string lights, and the other 2 is for the shaft of the pole, depending on how high you want it. I'm going to go all 10 feet because I want the lights up above us a little bit. So you will take the first 2 poles. You'll want to, if you're going all the way up, you're going to want to put them together before you put them on the base, because it's just so high you won't be able to reach the top one. And you'll notice that one of these has a clip on it. The other narrow base does not have a clip. The base here does not use a clip. It slips, the pole slips in like so, and then you tighten it down with this little wing nut. So that means where you find the hole here, see if you can see that little hole, there it is. You slip these guys together like so, push the little clip in, and it snaps in place. If you want to do the same thing for the top portion, and so you flip her around, take that little metal pin, push it in, and now they're all up. So I'm going to slip this into the base. Yes, I'm going to tighten this wing nut, stop this from turning now. You want to kind of make sure you've got your a little clip where the ropes are going to go. You want to make sure you've got them in place. Now that's how the poles are going to go on. Let me get you a... Alright, we have all four of the bases mounted there, over there, and then way over in the corner. We're going to get the poles out, install the poles. A little bit of a better picture here. You can see the wing nut and how it tightens down on that pole, and then the pole goes up all the way up to its 10 feet. So we're going to do all four of these poles. Now, obviously, to get your lights on that, you want to have a couple of people help you. You want to hook those lights up before you throw those poles up, or you're just going to need a really tall ladder, whichever one you want to do, of course. And then, but some help, you can hook up the lights first and lift the poles up. So we're gonna put the poles in. We'll show you real quick, and then we'll hook the lights up. All right, so we got all four poles up. You can see 1, 2, 3, and then 4. And just wanted you to see what it was like with just the poles up. We're going to get the lights on there. Went out and bought some rope lights. We'll take a picture of it when it's dark. You can see they're lit. My poles are about 20 feet apart. In order to stretch the lights so that they are somewhat straight at the top and don't have too much of sag in the middle, you had to put a lot of pressure against those poles. And you can see how they're leaning in just a little bit. Now, the bases are going to hold fine. Not worried about that. It's just the poles are so tall that they lean in when pressure is applied to them. Of course, you can take out that middle run. If 9 feet is too high, you can always go 6 feet. So you have to plug these particular rope lights. Only have a short pigtail after the light. You can see right there. There's the last light and then the pigtail. So we had to run an extension cord. We zip tied it to the pole on down. We're going to fix that up better later. I just temporarily have all this in there. And we pigtailed this guy as well, and then zip tied it to the pole. We have a little outlet on our column here. So that is the 4-pole system. And by the way, this company makes one of their models with these poles comes with the lights. Mine does not. So I had to go out and get these string lights, rope lights. All right, I hope this video helped. Now, I would like to say that the quality is good. The metal is nice and thick, really heavy, and the poles are strong. They're just so tall that they lean in when you put pressure on them. But they're strong. They're not going anywhere. They come with little clips up here at the top. You can barely see that way up there. See if I can zoom in on that. Comes with a clip. You can clip your rope lights too. And good purchase. Got this from Home Depot, and I think you'll like them.